Greetings, everyone. The name is Ezin, aka Hazine. Today is January 25th, 2019, and I want to go ahead and share this video with you. Some powerful information. I'm going to get straight into it, okay? Proof sheriffs, attorneys, judges, and any other persons who took an oath, made an affirmation, or other formal declaration of allegiance are public officials, agents of foreign principles, who are required by law, statute, etc., to provide public records to we the people in order to validate their actions, inactions, public interests, which includes prior to and while commencing their public duties. Okay, you guys, we're going to get straight into it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let's go. Let's go ahead and start right here. Now, the way I have this flow chart fixated is so you can have an understanding of of what I'm getting ready to present to you, so there won't be any type of confusion. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. Oath of office, affirmation, or other formal declaration of allegiance to a foreign principle, plus bond pursuant to Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 5B, where it states each state and county officer before entering upon the duties of the office shall give bond as required by law and shall swear or affirm, excuse me, equals public officials / public officers or employees / public servants / constitutional officers, okay? Okay, so oath of office, etc., plus the bond, etc., equals a public official, etc. Is that simple? Let me give you an example real quick. The example would be, here we go. All right, so what you're looking at is an official oath of office documentation, okay? As you can see, it says oath of office on the top, Article 2, Section 5B of the Florida Constitution. State of Florida, County of Broward. As you can see, this is for Michael J. Satz. He's a state attorney, okay, for the 17th Judicial Circuit of the state of Florida. This is public information, so it is okay for me to share this, you guys. You need to understand this. Okay, what does it say? I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and of the state of Florida, that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of, boom, title of office, okay? So let's go ahead and go back and just confirm what we just spoke about on the first page. Oath of office, etc., plus bond pursuant to Article 2 for the Constitution, Section 5B, equals public official, etc., okay? So I just shown you that, so let's move forward. Here you go. Public official, public officers or employees, public servants, constitutional officers. Wait a minute, let me make sure it's sharing too. Okay, good. Plus foreign principles, United States, state, agency, political subdivision, etc., equals agents of foreign principles. What I mean by that is that the public official plus the foreign principal, which means that whoever they sworn an oath to equals an agent of the foreign principal, which means that they have what? Lost their nationality, okay? We're going to get to that soon. I don't want you to get confused. That's why they're called agents of foreign principles. And as you can see, the foreign principles are United States, state, agency, political subdivision, etc., okay? Let's move down. Agents of foreign principles plus foreign principles equals Foreign Agents Registration Act of 1938 as amended pursuant to 22 U.S. Code 611. Okay, now don't quote me on this. I got to put 611 for this section, the situation here, 611B. Okay, let's go ahead and just verify that information real quick. Hold on, you guys. Let me slide over to, actually, no, I know what it is. That's correct. All right, let's move down here. Now, down here it says, we the people plus agents of foreign principles, public officials, of course, equals Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 8, Ethics in Government, where it says all elected constitutional officers and candidates for such offices and as may be determined by law, other public officers, candidates, and employees shall file full and public disclosure of their financial interests. Okay, look at B real quick, if it applies. All elected public officers and candidates for such offices shall file full and public disclosure of their campaign finances, you guys. Okay? Now, I didn't say this. I'm just reading the facts. Let's move forward to the other flow chart. So we're going to go ahead and walk this on through, you guys. Here we go. Let's make sure I'm doing this correctly. And you are right here. Okay, here's the flow chart for this one here. So as you can see, the foreign principles pursuant to 22 U.S. Code 611B, we have the state of Florida, we have the United States. Of course, we're going to get into the other ones too. Now, I'm setting the foundation so I can go ahead and be more specific, okay? So please bear with me. All right, let's blow this up here. Look at letter A, Florida Statute 1.018, public body, politic, or political subdivision include counties, cities, towns, villages, special tax school districts, special road and bridge districts, and all other districts in this state. That's letter A, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and make our way to letter B. Okay, here we go. Florida Statute 112.312, Section 2. Agency means any state, regional, county, local, or municipal government entity of this state, whether executive, judicial, or legislative, any department, division, bureau, commission, authority, or political subdivision of this state therein, any public school, community college, or state university, or any special district as defined in Statute 189.012. Okay. All right. So now we're starting to get an understanding of this. Let's go back to the first flow chart here. So let's go ahead and take a look at where it says here, foreign principles, United States, state, agency, political subdivision. All right, now you're starting to comprehend and understand what we're talking about here. Another another proof I can provide you is, let's go to this again. Look here, government of the United States, one, and the state of Florida, county of Broward. Pay attention, you guys. This one documentation here, this one form here can go ahead and explain the entirety if you actually take your time and decipher the information. Okay, let's move forward. Let's go back. Okay, so let's go to C. I believe we've already discussed this on the flow chart, but it wouldn't hurt to go back to it again. Excuse me. Number C, well, letter C, excuse me. Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 5, public officers. B, each state and county officer before entering upon the duties of the office shall give bond as required by law and shall swear or affirm. See, the information is right here. Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 8, ethics in government. Again, a public office is a public trust. The people shall have the right to secure and sustain that trust against abuse. To assure this right, all elected constitutional officers and candidates for such offices and as may be determined by law, other public officers, candidates, and employees shall file full and public disclosures of their financial interests. B, all elected public officers, and candidates for such offices shall file full and public disclosures of their campaign finances. I'm going to move forward, you guys, because now we're going to get into the definition of public officials, public officers or employees, public servants, and constitutional officers. Okay? So let's go to public officials. Let's scroll down. One moment, you guys here. Please bear with me. Make sure that I'm actually sharing this because I don't want to. Okay, here we go. We're doing good. Perfect. Public officials, Florida Statute 112.3135C, means an officer, including a member of the legislature, the governor, and a member of the cabinet or an employee of an agency in whom is vested the authority by law, rule, or regulations, okay? Or to whom the authority has been delegated to appoint, employ, promote, or advance individuals, or to recommend individuals for appointment, employment, promotion, or advancement in connection with employment in an agency, including the authority as a member of the collegial body to vote on the appointment, employment, promotion, or advancement of individuals. Okay, so people, listen up very carefully. Public officials, listen up very carefully. I'm going to continue to read the remaining definitions, okay? If you know you fit into this category, then that's just what it is. You fit into this category. People, pay attention. Again, public officials, pay attention. Public officers or employees. Florida Statute 817.535E. A person elected or appointed to a local, state, or federal office, including any person serving on an advisory body, board, commission, committee, council, or authority. Next, an employee of a state, county, municipal, political subdivision, school district, educational institution, or special district agency or entity, including judges, attorneys, law enforcement officers, deputy clerks of courts, and marshals. Next, a state or federal executive, legislative, or judicial officer, employee, or volunteer authorized to perform actions or services for any state or federal executive, legislative, or judicial office or agency. Next, a person who acts as a general or special magistrate, auditor, arbitrator, umpire, referee, hearing officer, or consultant to any state or local governmental entity. Last, a person who is a candidate for public office or judicial position. Okay, next, public servants, Florida Statute 838.0147. Any officer or employee of the governmental entity, including any executive, legislative, or judicial branch officer or employee. Next, any person except a witness who acts as a general or special magistrate, receiver, auditor, arbitrator, umpire, referee, consultant, or hearing officer while performing a governmental function, or a candidate for election or appointment to any of the officer positions listed in this subsection, or an individual who has been elected to but has yet to officially assume the responsibilities of public office. Okay, so let's go to the next definition. Constitutional officers, Florida Statute 112.3142(1). Includes the governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, the chief financial officer, the commissioner of agriculture, state attorneys, public defenders, sheriffs, tax collectors, property appraisers, supervisor of elections, clerk of the circuit court, county commissioners, district school board members, and superintendents of schools. Okay, you guys, so we've gone ahead and wrapped that up there. Let's go back over here. So we've read all the definitions: public officials, public officers or employees, public servants, constitutional officers operating within a public body, body politic, or political subdivision and agency are agents of foreign principles. Okay. So now, because of that, this is taking place. Look at Section E. Look at the letter E. Loss of nationality. Pursuant to 8 U.S. Code 1481, taking an oath or making an affirmation or other formal declaration of allegiance to a foreign state or a political subdivision thereof after having attained the age of 18 years or performing the duties of any office, post or employment under the government of a foreign state or a political subdivision thereof after attaining the age of 18 years, for which office, post, or employment, an oath, affirmation, or declaration of allegiance is required, constitutes a loss of nationality. Let's go back to the first chart, you guys. All right, let's go back to the first chart and talk a little real quick. So as you can see, let's go here. public officials, etc., plus foreign principals equals agents of foreign principals. They are now considered agents of foreign principals. Now we're going to go to this section where it says agents of foreign principals plus foreign principals equals Foreign Agents Registration Act of 1938 as amended pursuant to 22 U.S.C. 611B. Okay, so let's make our way back to the secondary flow chart. Okay, so we've already read all of this here, and we are here. There we go. So Foreign Agents Registration Act of 1938 as amended, 22 U.S.C. 611. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're here at the definitions. We comprehend that the term person includes an individual, partnership, association, corporation, organization, or any other combination of individuals. Now, pay close attention. The term foreign principal includes a government of a foreign country and a foreign political party. Let's go ahead and get into some examples. So 22 U.S. Code 456 definitions. Letter E, the term state, notice it's lowercase, you guys, lowercase. I didn't do it, they did it. That's how it is on the codes. Shall include nation, government, and country. Notice it's not in red. There's a reason why it's not in red. Okay, let's move forward. All states of the Union, lowercase s, once again, are foreign states with respect to federal government legislative jurisdiction and therefore are lowercase. There we go. Let's continue. So let's go back to number one. Actually, let's go back to the term. The term foreign principal includes, let's go to B2, a person outside of the United States unless it is established that such person is an individual and a citizen and domiciled within the United States, or that such person is not an individual and is organized under or created by the laws of the United States or of any state or other place subject to the jurisdiction of the United States and has its principal place of business within the United States. And three, of course, don't really care too much about it, a partnership, association, corporation, organization, or other combination of persons organized under the laws or having its principal place of business in a foreign country. Okay, let's continue, guys. So let's go ahead and look for an example of a foreign principal. 28 U.S. Code 3002, number 15, letter A. United States means a federal corporation. Yes, I see where it says an agency, department, commission, board, or other entity of the United States or an instrumentality of the United States. 28 U.S. Code, number 15, letter A federal corporation. Okay, another example, pay attention. 4 U.S. Code 110, letter D, the term state, capital S, just as it is when you look it up on the U.S. Code, includes any territory or possession of the United States. Okay? All right, let's continue to move forward. If you want to go ahead and conduct your due diligence, I would advise you to go to Title II, State Organization, Admission into Union, Concessions, State Boundaries. Definitely go ahead and read 6.01 all the way down if you choose to. Mainly, you want to start from 6.01 to 6.06. Okay? All right, let's move forward. Okay, so let's go back to the other document. Let's go back to the first flow chart here. So we established agents of foreign principal plus foreign principals equals Foreign Agents Registration Act of 1938 as amended, 22 U.S.C. 611. Okay? Well, just put 611 for now. How about that? So that was an error. Okay. So now we're going to go to where it says here, we the people plus agents of foreign principals equals Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 8, Ethics in Government. Basically, we've already established this. We read this twice already. I'm going to read it again. I believe this is going to be the third time. All elected constitutional officers and candidates for such offices and, as may be determined by law, other public officers, candidates, and employees shall file full and public disclosures of their financial interests. And then, of course, you see B, all elected public officers and candidates for such offices shall file full and public disclosure of their campaign finances. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the other chart here. Okay, so this is what it says here. C, except as provided in subsection D of this section, the term agent of a foreign principal means, 1, any person who acts as an agent, representative, employee, or servant, or any person who acts in any other capacity at the order, request, or under the direction or control of a foreign principal, or of a person, any of whose activities are directly or indirectly supervised, directed, controlled, financed, or subsidized in whole or in major part by a foreign principal, and who directly or through any other person. Okay, check this out. Within the United States represents the interests of such foreign principal before any agency or official of the government of the United States, and any person who agrees, consents, assumes, or purports to act as, or who is or holds himself out to be, whether or not pursuant to contractual relationship, an agent of a foreign principal as defined in clause 1 of this subsection. Just to confirm, public officials, public officers or employees, public servants, constitutional officers operating within a public body, body politic, or political subdivision and agency are agents of foreign principals. Okay, people? Okay, public officials? For those who honestly don't know, just trying to go ahead and bridge the gap as far as information goes. All right, let's continue. So this is very important. Let's go back to the first page. Well, actually, no, we've already discussed that. Let me just make sure. Let me go back there and make sure I haven't missed anything before I continue. Oh, no, that's about it. That's about it. Let's do this. This is it. I'm getting ready to wrap it up, you guys. All right. Okay, so pay close attention, you guys. Excuse me. Privacy Act statement. The filing of this document is required for the Foreign Agents Registration Act of 1938 as amended, 22 U.S.C. 611, for the purposes of registration under the Act and public disclosure. Provision of the information requested is mandatory, and failure to provide the information is subject to the penalty and enforcement provisions established in Section 8 of the Act. Every registration statement, short form registration statement, supplemental statement, exhibit, amendment, copy of informational materials, or other document or information filed with the Attorney General under this Act is a public record open to the public examination. It is extremely important that we do understand what was just read here, okay? So, for example, let's go ahead and go back to let's go ahead and pull up an oath of office. So as you can see, oath of office, Article 2, Section 5B of the Florida Constitution, Secretary of State. Okay, so basically we see that they swear or affirm, okay? They have a bond. They're considered a public official. The title of office is Secretary of State. As you can see, agent of a foreign principal. Okay, agent of a foreign principal. That's it. This is not hard, you guys. This is not hard. Let's see, another one here. We got, let's see who this is. This is Jack Tudor. He's a public official, oath of office, state of Florida, as you can see. County of Broward, swears, affirm, bond, evidence of a bond is circulated, and of course, title of office, circuit court judge, 17th Judicial Circuit. Boom, you got another one. Okay, so this is not hard. This is not hard to comprehend. See, all I'm doing is bridging the gaps. That's all I'm doing. We got another one here. Okay, let's see who this is. Oath of office is here. Article 2, Section 5B of the Florida Constitution, State of Florida, County of Broward. Okay, swear or affirm. Okay, no problem at all. County Court Judge, Group 10. Who is this? Robert Diaz. He's a judge. Again, this is public information, you guys. You have to understand that. This is public information. There's nothing wrong with this. I've already read the articles to you in regards to this. I read the statutes pertaining to their job, I mean their positions or titles, etc. So this is perfectly fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward here. Let's go back to the other chart so we can continue. Now, if any attorney who are petitioners or any public official tries to discredit this information in regards to what I'm saying, or if you, the people, decides to go ahead and say to yourself, you know what, this is not making any sense. I don't believe it, etc., etc. Even though I provided you the facts referencing the U.S. codes, the articles, the Florida Constitution, statutes, etc., it's okay. It happens. You know, if you've been going in one direction for so long, it's unbelievable, but it's okay. Now, this is what I want to show you. United States Supreme Court, Rabinowitz versus Kennedy, 1964, number 287, argued March 2nd, 1964, decided March 30th, 1964. We hold for the reasons stated below that the Foreign Agents Registration Act plainly and unquestionably requires petitioners to register. Since we conclude that the Court of Appeals was correct in ordering the case dismissed, but for some reasons other than those relied upon in its opinion, we do not pass upon the reasoning by which that court arrived at its decision, nor do we have occasion to consider the scope of the declaratory judgment, remedy, or the sovereign immunity doctrine. Listen to me very carefully, you guys. The sovereign immunity doctrine, when you get a chance, please read it, or the separation of powers. You might want to read those two. I'm not joking at all. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. We conclude, therefore, that petitioners, attorneys, I'm going to say this again. We conclude, therefore, that petitioners, attorneys representing a foreign government in legal matters, including litigation, are not exempt from registering under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. Boom. Now, if you know that the petitioners, attorneys have to register, don't you think the magistrates, hearing officers, judges would have to register too, since they're just nothing but higher attorneys? What about the police officers, the sheriffs, the correction officers, or the process services? What about any persons who sworn an oath and or affirmation or some kind of declaration of or allegiance, okay? Declaration of allegiance, okay? It doesn't matter. As long as they raise that right hand and sworn an oath, that's it. That is it. This needs to be done. This needs to be done. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, too. It's very important that we understand as people, and of course the public officials, that the buck can't stop here, but why not? But why should it? As a matter of fact, let me make sure I'm sharing this page. It's very important here. Now, I need you to read this here. Public officials, agents of foreign principals, and custodian of records are required to furnish the following public records, okay? Everything that you're about to see right now are public records, which means it can be requested. It can be requested, okay? Number one, record of commissions, oath, and acceptance. All that's going to prove is that, number one, they lost their nationality pursuant to 8 U.S. Code 1481. Hence, they are public officials operating as agents of foreign principals, which you've already known who is the foreign principal, and you now know who the agents are regarding the foreign principals. Now, if they have an oath of office, then they must have a fidelity or hazardous or performance bond. You know, public officials, officers bond, bond assurance, and or its equivalent. Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 5 of public officers. It tells you right then and there. It tells you right then and there, Section 5B, of course, but we're not going to be specific here. And the other supporting statutes in regards to the public records, okay? Public bonds, blanket bonds will not be accepted, of course. If you have an issue as far as obtaining sheriff bonds or anything, just go to the commissioner. They have it. It's an umbrella bond, you guys. Go ahead and conduct your due diligence. It is not hard, trust me. Next, now, if there's evidence of an oath of office, and of course they have to have a bond, and you know they have to have a foreign registration statement on file with the Attorney General. Okay? Now, if you know they have to have these three things here, they got to have an anti-bribery statement on file. Okay? Got to have it on file, you guys. If they got to have the following four, then you know they got to have the financial information. Look, you guys, I've already gone through, let's go back over here so you can see for yourself, because I don't want to just play this thing out. Look at here, you guys. Article 2, Florida Constitution, Section 8. Look at 8. Financial interest. Okay? You got to have it. You got to have it. No exceptions. Okay, let's go back here. So that's a part of the information that is required for them to go ahead and have disclosed to the public. Again, If they have to have the first 5, then you know they got to have the 6. They, of course, they can have their income tax audited as well by the people. No joke. Or you can, if you want to pull the IRS Form W-9 as well. It doesn't matter. It's going to help you out one way or the other. And trust me, I know. I most certainly know. If they got to have the following 6, then you know they got to have the 7th one, 4 hours of ethics training. I'm definitely aware of that. I'm certainly aware of that, you guys. I'm not kidding you. All right? If they got to have the first 7, then they got to have the last one, books of account and other records with respect to all activities pursuant to 22 U.S. Code 615. You guys, it goes back to the same thing I've been stressing. All these documents right here are public records. Public records. Okay, so take a look at this, what I put down here. Regardless of who initiated the contract, whether you initiated the contract or they have, a good example would be, I guess, if you were approached by an officer or whatnot, and he asked you for your ID, and you say, you know what, please provide me with the following documentation. And you know what? They have to provide the proof. They got to go ahead and produce it because you know why? An oath has been sworn. They become agents of foreign principles, which means that now you have to go ahead and require these particular documents from them. Reason being is because now you have to go ahead and validate their actions or inactions in regards to what they're doing prior to or while commencing their duties. Yes, yes. This goes for any public official, you guys. No, I'm not trying to cause any strife. I'm just reading the information as is. I'm reading the proof. I am following the directions of the U.S. codes or the statutes or the Constitution or the articles within the Constitution. That's all I'm doing. That is all I am doing. I am following suit because I am reading. I self-educated myself pertaining to the facts. Okay? So again, let's go ahead and check it out. Regardless of who initiated the contract, if the public official, agents of foreign principles, fail to perform their duties and or insist on contracting without providing the following documents listed above, said public officials, agents agrees that jurisdiction has not been properly established, hence agrees that said public officials, agents will be in violation of the Foreign Corruption Practice Act and any other violations deemed suitable. Come on, you guys. Come on. Just stating the facts. All this can be done with the self-executing agreement. I kid you not. All right, so let's go ahead and I want to bring something to your attention real quick. Oops, went to the wrong page. Hold on, you guys, hold on. Hold on, I gotta bring this page up real quick. No, not this one, there we go. All right, so check this out. As you can see, Title 10, Public Offices, Employees, and Records. I'm showing you guys something right now, Chapter 112. Look at 112.3175, Remedies, Contracts, Voidable. Look at it, you guys. Any contract that has been executed in violation of this part is voidable by any party to the contract, in any circuit court, by any appropriate action, by the Commission, the Attorney General, any citizen materially affected by the contract and residing in the jurisdiction represented by the officer or agency entering into such contract. 2, any contract that has been executed in violations of this part is presumed void with respect to any former employee or former public official of a state agency and is voidable with respect to any private sector third party who employs or retains in any capacity such former agency employee or former public official. Okay? Hey, just stating the facts. It's right here in black and white. Now, of course, I'm just giving you this here so you can have understanding that this information is out there. No, yes, I do have information pertaining to the actual violations in regards to public officers, employees, etc., per statute, per U.S. code, per Constitution. But this is not the time to do so. This is basically me just providing the information pertaining to what a public official is, well, the definition of a public official, i.e. public officer and employee, public servant, constitutional officer, the definition of a foreign principal, of course, and etc. That's it. Just bridging the gap so you can go ahead and start your own due diligence and then move forward from that moment on. The younger generation, you definitely need this information, man. It's highly recommended. Seriously. All right. So that's basically it. That's all I got for you guys, man. Now, if you have any questions or concern, please feel free to make contact with me in regards to this matter here. Yes, this is my own work. Yes, I work pretty hard in putting this stuff together. Yeah, I think I'm a sharp individual. I don't know. I believe I'm a sharp man here. So yeah. So if you have any question or concern, please make contact with me. If you need these documents, I don't mind, but there will be a donation given because, of course, I've conducted the due diligence. I mapped everything out and whatnot, and I am willing to go ahead and provide it to you for a nominal donation. Donation, okay? If you, again, just make contact with me. Take care. Thank you for your time.